Hi, everybody. Right on time. Can you believe it? Welcome to the Paper Thin, the night before it comes out release party. I'm so excited to be here with all of you. I have been preparing for a long time, as you can see, since my my previous Facebook and YouTube lives. Oh, sorry. I need to mute one thing. One moment. Here we go. Okay, first glitch. No problem. I actually prepared a slide in case I have serious technical difficulties. Actually, I'm not going to put the slide up because then maybe people will go away. But as I was saying, I have prepared a bunch of exciting things for you. I'm so proud to be here. As you can hopefully see, I've upgraded my camera. We actually have two camera angles that I'm going to be able to cut to. We have the me sitting here camera angle, and then we have the live performance camera angle. Very excited about that. And but before we dive into the program, I just want to just say hi and just sort of ask you this question of how are you? And I know you can't answer me right here, but I can see all of your comments. I can see Debbie and Matt and Veronique and Louise. And I can actually pull your comments up on the screen here. So pretty cool little feature. Salut Véronique, on peut parler français aussi. So I just want to say welcome to all of you. And I just want to just sort of ask you that question of how are you? And I don't just mean like, hey, how's it going? But how are you as in, I care about how you're doing. I posted on Facebook the other day and some of you shared some of your stories, which I was really moved by. And it was also really nice to see you commenting on each other's stories and supporting each other. That's my favorite thing. So as I've done on my other live streams, I want to give you a little lowdown on what's about to happen so you know what you're in for. I've got special guests. I've got prizes. Of course, I'm going to be playing some music for you. And I'm going to be showing you some things that nobody's seen before. So lots of exciting stuff. Hello, Emily Wigglesworth. Oh, look at this. Let's get Emily up on the screen. She says she's really good. Today, it's her birthday. Oh my goodness. Emily Wigglesworth. First of all, you have an amazing last name. Second of all, it's your birthday. Everybody, let's wish Emily a happy birthday. So let's get into what we're going to be doing here. So I've prepared a little schedule for you. So I'll show you our schedule for the evening. Here we go. Let's make sure this is working. All right. So Paper Thin Eve release party. Also, to clarify, some people were confused. They thought Paper Thin came out today. It actually comes out tonight at midnight, which I guess technically will be tomorrow as soon as it hits midnight. But this is the little pre-party beforehand. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little presence exercise that I like to do. I'm going to share some stories. Obviously, I'm going to share some songs. I have some very, very, very special guests for you here tonight. We're going to do, of course, some of my famous, maybe infamous Cranium. On my last live stream, I had to pretend like I was a mermaid, which didn't go so well. We'll have an opportunity for some Q&A, so if you have questions throughout, please feel free to put your questions up on the screen. I'll look at all those happy birthdays that are coming through for Emily. And then I'm going to give you some sneak peeks, and I'm very excited about all of that. So before we get started, I want to just pull us into this moment together. I do this kind of mostly for myself because I find in life, things get so crazy. You often kind of miss the moment. And I was speaking to one of our special guests who I'll be introducing later just about this thing that I'm about to do. And at the end of our call, she said, hey, Peter, make sure you just take a moment and take a breath and just kind of acknowledge where you are and what's happening. And I didn't actually get to do that because I was frantically trying to make sure all the tech was working here for you. So we're going to have that little moment of presence together. So let's just take a moment, close our eyes, and just take a deep breath and just acknowledge that we're here. We're human beings. There's a lot that's happening in the world, I know, but we're here. And, on my last record, I wrote this song called We Are the Reckoning. And that song was really about looking at what's happening around the bad things. There's like a terrible thing that happens, which is kind of what we see in our news feed. And then there's what we as human beings do to respond around all of that, and you see all these amazing things that are happening during this time, from neighbors supporting each other and people singing operas on balconies and all kinds of incredible things. So I want to just pull us into this moment together, feel that sense of we're going to be okay, we're in this together, we're going to support each other as we always do as human beings, 99.9% of each other, and we're going to have a beautiful time here together. All right. That's the presence piece. Okay. Also, I should say, throughout this broadcast, feel free to share the broadcast with your friends if you're enjoying it. Feel free to leave comments. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. It's all good. Oh, Jay Du Bois says it's his dad Larry's 75th birthday. Larry, we love you, Larry. Happy birthday. I love all the birthday shout outs. Hi, Chelsea. Hi, Blake. Oh, Blake Fly, one of my favorite people. Hey, Ange, nice to see all of you. Ange just wrote, this is a good comment, worth sharing. She said, I just turned Royal off to listen to you. Don't tell him. Oh, very good. And also, so you know, YouTube people, we're seeing your comments over here also. Roberta, thank you for the hands. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I want to, obviously, tonight's episode, and I hope to be doing more of these, is going to be focused around the song Paper Thin. And so I want to tell you a little bit about that song. I don't want to tell you every last detail of it, because for me, it's important to me that you know, my music is ideally about you and your experiences. I mean, for me, that's what I love about music. So I just want to tell you a little bit of a backstory, but ultimately, I hope for it to be yours. That's the point of me putting it out into the world. Otherwise, I'd just sit here in my living room and just play them for myself. So when I was 18 years old, I moved from Montreal to Toronto to go to Ryerson University. Shout out Rye High alumni. And I had all of my stuff packed up in the back of my car, and I had to be out of my place in Montreal on August 31st, but I didn't get the keys to my place in Toronto until September 1st. So I had this like one night of no fixed address. And so I drove myself from Montreal to Toronto with all of my stuff in the back of my car, and I decided to stop right before I got to Toronto because the hotel prices were cheaper. And I stayed at this Motel 6 in Oshawa. Motel 6, just beautiful, fabulous establishment, the finest there is. Anyways, I had this night at this Motel 6, and you know, I was like 18 years old, and I was moving to a city where I didn't know a single person, and I just felt, you know, all of these feelings, all of these emotions, and it was a really kind of big night. And the next morning, I drove into town and I started my new life. Well, fast forward 16 years later, and I found myself in the situation where I needed to start my life over again. It was kind of one of those, I call them my like kitchen floor moments, where you're kind of down on the kitchen floor, brought to your knees. So it was kind of one of those moments where life kind of didn't go the way that I had wanted to go, and it felt like a restart had to happen, which I know happens to all of us at some point or another. So I had one of those moments, and in that moment for me, I actually found myself with nowhere to live. I had 1 month where I was of no fixed address, not just one night. And so I put myself on tour. As one does when you do what I do, you're never homeless. You can just go on tour. So I went on tour, and I actually did some shows all around. I had some shows in Alberta, and I parked my car with all my stuff at my dad's house in Montreal. I flew to Alberta, and at the end of the month, I had my last show in Montreal. And so I drove from Montreal to Toronto with all of my stuff in the back of my car to start my life over again, just like I had 16 years earlier. And I decided, this time on purpose, I decided to go back to that same Motel 6 that I had stayed at 16 years earlier. And as I opened the door to my motel room, I was just struck by this feeling that I had like just walked out of that door a second earlier. And the time between those two moments felt paper thin. And yet, all of these things had happened in those 16 years from, going to university and starting a whole life and losing some of that life and losing a home and all these different things. Like all of these things had happened, and yet those 2 moments just felt paper thin. And I just kind of wrote that little idea down about something being paper thin, because it's sort of this sense of like time and also this sense of vulnerability. And I wrote that little idea down, and then I flew off to LA to do a bunch of writing sessions. And I ended up having a writing session with a woman named Kyler England, who we're going to bring on the line right now from Los Angeles. So let me tell you a little bit about Kyler England before I bring her on. So I've got a little slide here to show you. So there's the wonderful Kyler England, and we're going to call her up on Skype. So here we go. Kyler, we're calling you right now. Hope you're standing by. It's doing the Skype ring thing. I don't know if you can hear that. Doot, 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 doot. Okay, we have Kyler on the line. Are you with us?
Hi.
Okay, fantastic.
I gotta click my video on. Oh wait.
No worries. Here, Kyler, I'm going to tell the people about you, and then I'll switch to you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, there's Kyler. Oh, glass of wine. Perfect. All right. So we're going to go to our split screen here, which is right this guy over here. There we go. There's Kyler. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you all about Kyler. So, Kyler is an unbelievable singer, songwriter. If you've seen Grey's Anatomy, if you've seen Vampire Diaries, if you've seen one of the hundreds of shows that Kyler has written music for, you've heard Kyler's music. It's a guarantee. She has a beautiful EP called The Wilderness. It has a song called The Best Is Yet to Come, which I often listen to and weep to. Actually, in fact, I told this to Kyler over text that I sometimes I work out to this album, and it's this beautiful, touching, emotional album. And I'm doing bicep curls, and I'm just all these beefcakes around me. I'm like, I wonder what they would do if they knew what awesome, touching, heartfelt music I was listening to as I'm doing bicep curls. Anyways, it's a beautiful record. She's had a giant hit with Tiesto, giant DJ worldwide. She's a featured performer on that, and many, many, many other things. And most importantly, she's an amazing human being, mother to 2 beautiful, beautiful little wee ones. Not so wee, one of them now. And we're so lucky to have Kyler on Skype with us right now. Everybody, please say hi to Kyler. All right.
Hello.
Here's Kyler. All right, I will pull up some
Hello
comments.
from Los Angeles, wherever you guys are all are in the world.
We have F. Stan, who's saying hi to you on YouTube. Thanks, F. Stan. I love that I can pull up these comments. All right, so Kyler, I'd like to talk a little bit. Oh, look at this. My manager, Steve Zarai, saying hi to Kyler. I guess you can't see the comments, Kyler. But so Kyler, I want to, first of all, just say hello and welcome you, and just ask you, how are you doing? How are you holding up there?
I'm doing okay. I've got my glass of wine.
Yes.
And I get to talk to you, so this is a great evening. It's moment by moment, day by day right now. So there are a lot of ups and downs, but I can't complain too much.
Well, I'm certainly glad that you're safe and sound, and I'm certainly honored to have you on the show. We've got some big hellos to you. Hello from Hamilton, from the East Coast, from Toronto. Ailey says hi to you. Manon says hi from the Netherlands. Manon's up late just to say hi to you. That deserves going up on the screen.
Yes.
So Kyler, what people might not know is that you and I did something called a co-write. And
Right.
People might not know what a co-write is. So tell us a little bit about what a co-write is.
It's when you meet up in a room with another human being and you hopefully open up your heart and soul to that person, and you try to write a song together that will move other people and make them feel something, make them want to dance, make them sing along. And, I have people that I've written with many, many times over the years. And then I have co-writing sessions like one we had that day where, someone shows up. It happened to be at my house. and you showed up on my doorstep, and I'd never met you before. I think our dear friend Bill Leffler connected us. Bill has produced music for both of us, and I love Bill. I don't know if you're listening, Bill. Shout out to Bill Leffler. But I knew if Bill sent you that you were going to be, stellar musically and as a human, and that all turned out to be true. And I remember that day, I just diving right in, if that's okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I love what you said about kitchen floor moments, because I was kind of in the middle of my own string of kitchen floor moments myself. At that stage in my life. I was grieving a series of losses, and not just grieving the losses, but grieving the future of what could have been, and trying to come to terms with a lot of uncertainty, which also feels really familiar right now, right? Like we're all in the midst of all of this uncertainty, and we're not sure what's going to happen. And it's not a place that I live in frequently, but I was in that moment that day, and I think you were as well. And those places can be magical because your defenses are down, right? Like you don't have any emotional energy to put up walls to protect yourself. You're just raw. You're just there. And I think I definitely found a kindred spirit in you and in writing that song that day. And I needed that song a lot at that moment. I think we both did. And I think that's one of the reasons why it feels so special to us still.
Well, that's beautiful, Kyler. I just got goosebumps just thinking back to that day. And I wanted to talk about the co-writing concept. And when I'm glad you mentioned that we had never met each other, so it's like you think about, when you meet somebody for the first time, like, analogy of like a first date or something, you're sort of like, what's your favorite color? And tell me, how many brothers and sisters do you have? And then, you and I, within a very short period of time, we were just like hearts bared, just writing music together. And I think that's one of my favorite things about being an artist is you sort of have permission to go there with people. You get to go to that level that's real, and I was so grateful that we kind of locked in that day because I had things that I needed to get out, and you were such a great conduit for that. And I know you've told me that we kind of had this reciprocal relationship that day where the song was kind of helpful for both of us. So
yeah,
I love that. So Kyler, we're sitting here, we're talking about the song, but people haven't heard the song. So what I thought I would do, unless there's anything else that you want to add, any other thought?
Just that I think that I adore you as a human being and musician. I think you're awesome.
Oh, well, I'm not going to hang up on you yet.
I know all the people on this call already know that, so it's kind of redundant, but I'm really grateful for you and for that day and for this song, and thanks for having me.
Oh, well, so here's the thing, Kyler. I thought I would play the song. I'm not going to kick you off yet. I thought I'd play the song, and then and so people can hear it so they know what we're talking about. And then I have a little question for you, and then we're going to do one little fun game together. Okay. Does that sound good? Okay.
Great.
All right. So I'm going to mute your microphone so in case one of your wonderful little wee ones comes running in, we won't hear that. So I'm going to mute your Skype, and then I'm going to play the song. So I happen to have a guitar right here. How convenient. Okay. So everybody, this is Paper Thin. And this is Paper Thin kind of the way that Kyler and I wrote it that day. You'll see over the course of this program that it's changed a little bit, but the core essence of it remains like this. So here you go. World premiere online of Paper Thin. I can barely even talk about it now, but I don't know any other way out. I have pushed myself so hard for all these years. Still it's not clear what for. And all the roads I drive no longer lead me home. I could fill an ocean with I was safer in the insides of those walls. But that's not all there is. Ooh. I know everything, it falls apart. Wasn't ready for late to hit that hard and like the narrow space between the start and the end, or the mirror that is now and then, or the insides that are showing through my skin. When your biggest fear, it ends up coming true. It's when you find out what you have inside of you. And I am braver than I ever could have known. These days have shown that to me. I know everything, it falls apart. Ooh. Just wasn't ready for late to hit that hard and like the narrow space between the start and the end, or mirror that is now and then, or the insides that are showing through my skin. The paper thin, I feel my eyes adjusting to the dark, and I can see the light of far off stars. Let myself get far enough away from the city of our lives, and like the hold I never really have. I'm getting older. It's not all in my hands, but I will not be afraid of the insides that are showing through my skin. Paper thin, I'm paper thin now. I'm paper thin now. I'm paper thin. All right, that's Paper Thin. World premiere right there. I had your camera on for the first verse and chorus, Kyler, by mistake. So, but you were like you were experiencing the song for everybody there. So,
hopefully it was in sync. So if I was bobbing in time, like it was actually in time.
We've got some nice comments here from Susan. Thank you so much. Thanks to Gerhard for sharing the link. Gerhard, amazing man from Vancouver. So many people. Oya Sem, Kat Chin, Manon, Margaret Cargill, Robin, Veronique, Blake. Wonderful, wonderful people here with us. So, Kyler, two last things.
That was gorgeous, by the way. I had totally have goosebumps, and every line still resonates. Like, you know, since we wrote it, it's still, I can't pick out a favorite line. It all still moves me. So nice work. Cheers.
Well, nice work. Oh yeah, here, I've got some water. I got to perform, you know, so.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Thanks, Kyler. I that song, it gets me, and I think what's cool about it too is, sometimes when you create something on your own, you can't like love it as much because you have that self-conscious feeling of like, am I allowed to love this? I mean, I do love some of the songs that I've created on my own, but I think the fact that we created it together allows me to sort of love it unabashedly.
Right. Because it feels bigger than just oneself. Right?
Exactly.
I love that about co-writing.
Yeah. So Kyler, the whole song, I think at least one of the themes, obviously people can decide for themselves what the song means to them, but for me, one of the themes of the song, I think, is about resilience. There's the second verse. It's like, when your biggest fear, it ends up coming true. That's when you find out what you have inside of you. I'm braver than I ever could have known. These days have shown that to me. I love that verse so much. And I just want to kind of pull ourselves into the present moment right now. And because we're going through, I would argue, I don't think I have to argue that hard, that we're going through kind of a biggest fear moment right now in the world.
Yes.
And if we kind of listen to the wisdom of what the song lyric, when your biggest fear ends up coming true, that's when you find out what you have inside of you. I'm just curious, is there something that you're discovering inside of yourself through this hard moment that you didn't realize, a strength that you might have had that you feel is actually going to be something that'll be helpful to you in your life?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm still working on that. I feel like
That's
we've got
okay.
some more time to figure these, those strengths out. I feel like, the first few weeks, and so my children have been home with me for a month as of today. So we've been home for a month as of today. And I've mostly just been taking care of them and doing a little bit of music here and there. And I found myself the first few weeks kind of flailing around, going from being fearful to feeling like I wasn't doing enough to keep my children occupied and educated and, sustained, and feeling I wasn't doing enough for music, and kind of generally fighting that overachiever in me. And I kind of came to a point this last week where I got to more of a stillness. And there's this moment when I was in the hammock with my two kids and my son, who's 2, who he's just a ball of energy all the time. He had my phone and he was flipping through songs in iTunes on my phone. And so he was quiet and he was just listening to the music. And my daughter and I were staring at the clouds, and, we were coming up with the shapes that we saw in the clouds. And it was the most peaceful I have felt, not just in this last month, but probably in years. It was amazing. I was so right there. And it got to me so much, just like how important those moments are, how healing they are, and how necessary they are. And I'm trying to reorient myself and remind myself to place importance on those moments. Like, I don't need to rush around right now and get things done. Like,
right.
I'm so guilty of living in a let's get things done kind of mindset. I'm trying to not do that as much. I'm trying to have more of those looking for clouds in the sky moments, because I think those will save me over the next several months. So that's kind of the strength I'm hoping to hone. It's not quite there yet, but it's something that I've kind of identified and realized, like, this is my lifeline, not just now, but hopefully in life. I think it's, right now everything is so heightened, but I want to hone that, and I want to take that with me after all of this.
Beautiful. Well, 2 things, Kyler. One, now we have to write a song about like clouds in the sky. Like, I know that's like already a song. We'll come up with our own. And also just to kind of like reflect back to you, I love that, you actually said you found one of your most peaceful moments in years, even though this is, one of the most stressful moments. And so I think it's kind of cool to think like, hey, when I'm going through the worst of times, I can actually like connect to this sense of I can find peace amongst the chaos. Like, that potential exists inside of me, which is really awesome. So thank you for sharing that. And also, people at home on YouTube and on Facebook, if you have something that you've been learning through this time, that's been kind of an unexpected discovery about yourself, feel free to put that in the comments, and I'll share a couple of them on the screen. In the meantime, Kyler, as our last thing that I want to do before I let you go here, because we've got more special guests to get to, I want to do a round of Cranium with you. Okay, so I'm going to act something out, and you are going to have to guess what it is. Okay. And you and I, we're actually slightly ahead of the feed, so you can guess it, and people will actually know it. Whatever. All that to say, we're going to pick somebody who will be a winner, and then I'm going to give away a prize, which I'll tell you about afterwards. But for now, Kyler, you're going to guess. Okay, we're going to go to what I call my Cranium Cam. Okay.
Okay.
So there's the Cranium Cam. All right. Okay, so here's how this is going to work, Kyler. All right.
The different cam? So far, it's the same cam.
Oh, well, right. Because you're seeing me over here. I'm on Cranium Cam for the people. Can you still see me, though?
Yes, I can see everything except for your face.
Okay, so I realized I didn't plan this out because Cranium Cam, you can't see me on Skype. So I'll sort of stand in the middle for Cranium Cam and for you, Kyler, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so... All right, so I have to act out. This is called Copycat, so I have to choose a performer from my team, which is me, of course. And I have to act like a famous person, okay? And I can talk like the person, but I can't say the names of people or places, all right? So here I go. Tell me who I am, okay? Okay.
I'm going to be the worst at this.
Okay, you got this, Kyler. Okay.
I can't see your face.
Okay, I'll go this way. I don't know how to get both cameras. Okay, here we go. I'm a little girl, and the person that wrote about me did a lot of LSD, I think. And there's a cat over there that's got big googly eyes, and I take this pill.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yes, very good, very good. Okay, very good. So let's see if somebody at home got it. Oh, the Big Heart Journey. Folks, you're going to be hearing a lot about the Big Heart Journey. Data Head from Splash and Boots. Anyways, more about that. So who guessed our first? Oh, Mike Williams. You're the first comment that I see. So Mike Williams, you're our winner. So Mike, send me a direct message. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a personalized video. So I can play a song for you. I can give you a birthday message. I can give a message to a friend. But that's your prize. So Mike, you won at home. Kyler, it's been wonderful having you on. I got to go back to Skype. There we go. Kyler, it's been wonderful having you on. And thank you so much for being here. And everybody is saying thank you for being here. We have many Alice in Wonderlands. And thanks so much, Kyler. So we'll see you soon.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Okay. Bye, Kyler.
Bye.
Okay. All right. I don't even know how to hang up on Kyler. But, oh, there. She hung up on herself. All right. Okay, we're going to go back to here. Okay. So, next up, we have our next special guest. You guys doing okay out there? Everybody doing okay? Oh, look at all these comments. Hey, my brother, Andrew Katz. He says, thanks, Kyler. My brother, author of How to Catch a Bear Who Loves to Read. He has another book coming out called I Just Want to Be Super. For those kids in your life who have a lot of energy, it's a beautiful, beautiful book. It's coming out in June. Actually, Costco just bought a whole bunch of orders. Anyways, I could talk about my brother for a long time, but stay tuned for that. And Eric Garner over in Lethbridge. Just wonderful, wonderful people who are here with us. So we're going to move on to our next guest before I get too long-winded here. And our next guest is a guy by the name of Derek Hoffman. So Derek Hoffman... looking pretty awesome over there, very serious. Derek Hoffman is the producer of Paper Thin. And so you would have just heard the acoustic version of Paper Thin. But as you'll hear, that song has actually changed quite a bit from its original incarnation. I mean, same lyrics and melody, but its actual execution has changed a lot. And so I want to get Derek on the line right now. And so we're going to get Derek in over Skype. So calling up Derek Hoffman. Here we go. Calling Derek. It's ringing again. I don't know if you can hear that sound, but I'm really enjoying it. Beth Kavanaugh. All right, we got Derek on the line, everybody. So let's go over to our Skype cam. Coming up right now. Yes, Derek.
We live?
We're live, Derek. We are live.
Love it.
So everybody, this is Derek Hoffman. Let me tell you a little bit about Derek. So Derek is an unbelievable Juno Award nominated producer, and he probably would have won, but the Junos got canceled. He was just nominated, and the Junos got canceled. So Derek, are they still gonna like give the Junos out, or it's just that doesn't exist?
I think it's just a wash. Yeah, no one gets them. Try again next year.
Oh no, that's
No,
like when you.
I think they're taking their time. Obviously, there's a lot of bigger problems in the world to figure out, and they're gonna make sure that they give everyone the proper stage to celebrate all the work done last year. But that's for another day.
Okay, right. It's like roll up the rim. Try again next time. Sorry.
Exactly.
Like one of the best moments of your life. Sorry. So Derek is an amazing producer, amazing songwriter. He has some secret past life things that I won't out him for, as far as certain TV shows that he's been on, which I won't. You can just Google. And anyways, Derek, he's produced records. He got nominated for producing the Trues record and for Cave Boy, another amazing band. And he works with all kinds of artists under the sun. Just like unbelievable musician, player, human being, the biggest Raptors fan ever.
Except for your buddy Sam.
Oh yeah, Sam McDaddy. Sam, if you're watching, who took me to a courtside Raptors game, that was one of the greatest moments of my life.
Why I'm wearing Vince. Yeah.
Yeah, I almost felt compelled to give you those tickets, Derek, because I just know how passionate you are about the Raptors. Now, I love the Raptors, but you like know their shirt sizes and their favorite ice cream flavors. That's how dedicated you are. So, anyways, we're really honored to have Derek on the program, and when I say we, it's just me here by myself in my living room. So, Derek, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. You're killing it on here. I loved your falsetto Alice in Wonderland impression.
Thank you, Derek.
Well, it was beautiful.
Well, if you're lucky, we'll get to do a round of Cranium together as well. So, Derek, I want to talk a little bit. I've sort of hinted that the acoustic version of Paper Thin versus what it became has had quite the evolution. And I wanted to know, I know that when I came to you, I had said, hey, I want to make this more energetic, music that's not just about acoustic guitar. I want to make an album that you actually can take the kitchen floor and you can kind of dance on it. You take those bad things and you process them by actually moving through them. I wanted to do that. But I know I had sent you a bunch of songs that were sort of more in that vein. And then there was this kind of acoustic one called Paper Thin that probably wasn't going to be a fit, I thought. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, to go back even just right before that, it's if you think about the first day that we met, you came in, it was a very unique circumstance to begin with. You came in, you had your boot on, you were recovering from an injury. And that was a whole nother layer of just I don't know what about it, but the stakes felt so high. I feel like we had sort of had communication issues getting in touch, and it just sort of was this thing where we really didn't have that many threads of mutual friends or anything like that. So it wasn't this thing that was bound to happen, or eventually it was this sort of sought out connection from stuff that I had done, and I had to sort of deep dive and learn more about some of your music other than some of the stuff I'd heard. And so it all feel like it bubbled up to this day where we finally got to meet, and it was one of your first times leaving the house while recovering from your injury. So again, the stakes just felt sort of high and really wanted to make something great. And yeah, Paper Thin, I love a good challenge, and I feel like you sounded like you really believed in this song. And when I heard it, every song you played for me, I thought had great integrity and great, just it stood solid as a song regardless of the production. And I can totally see it where a singer-songwriter can run into okay, how do I turn this into more than something that's just one instrument? And I heard a drive to it. It's the sort of the strumminess of the acoustic guitar that can sometimes just sound delicate when it's one person. I still hear that as a drive. And so the first thing that I wanted to try to take out of that song was to add that drive. And sure, it has its spacey moments in the final version, as everyone will eventually hear. But I wanted to sort of the drive of trying to, the drive of life, sure, without being too cheese. But yeah, I just think there's so much passion and emotion in the song that it deserved to have something that celebrated that. And and it was honestly really fun. And it was a great, like I said, a great challenge to sort of come up with a sound and sort of see how you feel hearing it, and come up with a drum arrangement and see how it's hitting you. And I just feel like we, it was a really good experiment and a really good testament to like a strong song will get its day,
Right.
no matter what. Like, and I think that it definitely did get its day, and I still love it every time I hear it. So I'm excited for everyone else to get to hear it.
Awesome. Well, I guess I should have given people some of that backstory that, I had written like 60 songs, 60 songs for this record. And I had put them all in this folder, and my manager and Stephen McGrath, who from Massey Hall, has been sort of helping to shepherd this whole project with my manager. I sent it to Steve and Stephen. I only work with people named Steve or Stephen. I actually had a French manager named Stéphane. No joke. So I'd sent all the songs to them, and they had sort of like whittled it down, and then we had sent it off to different producers, and I'd actually met with about 5 different producers before getting to Derek, and nobody had picked Paper Thin. They were all like, Peter, you've said you want to make this like more energetic record, like that's not the song. And so but I really wanted someone to pick Paper Thin, and so I was so happy, Derek, when you and I finally got together, and like you said, I was in this boot. I fell off a cliff, which is a story for a whole other day. I didn't walk for the better part of a year, and that was a whole thing I'll tell another time. But there was this high stakes day, kind of like I talked about with Kyler. I mean, we didn't really know each other at all, and then here we are trying to create something together. And I'm just so grateful for what you did and what you turned it into. And in a little bit, people are going to get to hear a little taste of that before it actually becomes available tonight at midnight, and see a little bit of the video. So Derek, I wanted to ask you one question, and then do our little round of Cranium together. So Derek, as I asked to Kyler, we're all going through this thing together. Is there something about your experience that you're having going through this whole pandemic experience that you're learning about yourself that maybe you didn't realize before?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not put your life in a different perspective when not only is my daily life changed in a certain degree, but everyone's is, obviously. And it's kind of crazy I think that's been the most interesting things, because as a producer, I feel like I can be in isolation a lot. And so this is it's not, my lifestyle isn't really that different. Like my girlfriend Angie, she's working at home, so that's actually a added plus. We get to be together a lot more. But I think the sort of learning curve is to like have enough faith that things will go back to normal, to stay positive and hardworking in this moment, because it's so easy for a lot of people just to feel like the uncertainty to fuel a lot lack of drive. And I felt that the first week, and I felt like, what's the point of finishing this? It's not going to come out for blah, blah, blah. And it was really easy to sort of like lose sight of the fact that things will bounce back. And I think the isolation, that's easy to fall into that, like, this is never going to change sort of mentality. But the last week I've started to enjoy my days more and get back in the studio and get excited about working on music, and let that be the thing that we have something to look forward to. And like, as soon as you told me that the song was coming out on tonight, on Friday, I was like so excited to have something to look forward to. And I was like, good, this is the beginning of like feeling like everyone's going to have a great normal life with things to look forward to and things to share with other people. It's like, it's a good marker for that for me. So I'm really excited.
Beautiful. Love that, Derek. Love that. That in those hard moments, it's like, okay to sort of feel that whatever we feel, but then also to kind of find those things to look forward to, and to kind of just find ways to maintain that sense of hope and motivation, which is not always an easy thing to do. So beautiful. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, Derek, you ready for one round of Cranium before I got to let you go here?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to learn from my errors. We're not going to go to the Cranium cam. Cranium cam is out, but we're going to use that second camera for something else. So I'm just going to do it for you right here. Okay, this is a good one. Okay, so this is called Cameo. Okay, and to win this Cameo, choose a performer from your team. I I guess I'll do it. To answer on the back of this card, acting out silent clues. Oh, shoot.
Oh, okay.
Last time I had to do the silent clues, I cheated. We'll see what happens.
Okay. I believe in you. I believe in myself.
Okay, and people at home on Facebook and on YouTube, again, first person to get the answer is going to get a personal video as well. Okay, Derek, you ready for this?
I'm ready. So wait, do I know like the theme, the genre?
It's a person.
It's a person. Okay,
Like,
and okay.
Like it could be a category of person, not like doesn't have to be a specific person. Maybe that's me cheating already. Okay.
Flautist, saxophone player. So, snake charmer.
Yes.
Snake charmer. Yay.
Very good, Derek. Okay. Now let's see in the comments who gets it first. There's a slight delay, so we have to give people a moment. Oh, we have Jeannie. No, not quite. We have sax player. Oh wait, Ian Tyson. Ian Tyson guessed snake charmer. Ian Tyson, the wonderful Ian Tyson, amazing man, has won. Congratulations, Ian Tyson. You will get your personal video. Maybe I'll do a little video for your cooking show. Check out Ian Tyson, folks. Amazing man. All right, Derek Hoffman, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for coming on.
Of course, my pleasure. I'm excited for everyone to hear the song and for all the things to come next.
Beautiful. Thanks so much, Derek. I'm really grateful. And, as you know, we have a lot more than just Paper Thin that's going to be coming out in the coming weeks and months. But for now, we're focused on Paper Thin. So thanks for being here, Derek. And we'll talk soon. Go Raptors when they come back.
Yeah, I love you, buddy. Peace.
Okay, love you too. Bye-bye. All right, that was a wonderful Derek Hoffman. So before we bring on our final special guest, because we're getting close to the end here, I want to do something special for you. Which is I want to do another song. And this song is not one of mine, but it's one of the reasons I think why over the past several years people discovered some of my music. It was kind of the gateway drug, especially for many of you on YouTube. So this is a song. I'll tell you a little story as to why I actually even recorded this song. So a good friend of mine named Justin Broadbent, amazing graphic designer, maybe our next special guest, who knows. Him and his wife, Meg, were getting married, and he called me up and he's like, hey, Peter, we'd love, Meg and I would love for you to play our wedding. And I was like, oh gosh, of course. I would be honored, what Peter Katz song would you like to hear? And he's sort of like, actually, Meg wants you to play Beyonce. And, Justin's one of my best friends. He's one of the most amazing guys. He's done me a lot of solids in my life. So I was like, all right, I'm going to learn this song. So I played this song. I played it at his wedding. It was a beautiful wedding. They walked down the aisle to the theme from Jurassic Park. I mean, how cool is that? And anyways, I played this song. And then for their 1-year anniversary, I decided to send them a copy of it. And Justin and Meg, they liked it so much that Justin said, hey, let me come shoot a video of you playing this song. So he came over, he just shot it totally for free, gave me this video, put it up on YouTube, and it's at 11 million views, which is just hilarious to me because, you spend like $10,000 making a music video and you storyboard it and you do all the things and you hire publicists and you do all these things and it gets maybe 100,000 views if you're really lucky, which is awesome. And then you do this thing for free with your friend because they wanted to have it at their wedding and it gets 11 million views. Ain't that the way? Anyway, so I thought I would play this song for you right now. And I've been working so hard on my tech setup. I've been doing these private Zoom concerts and I wanted to beat the Zoom technology and actually have really great audio. So I think I've achieved it. We'll see. But I want to do Halo for you right now. So we're going to go to what was formerly known as the Cranium Cam, which is now the Halo Cam. So we're going to cut to that camera. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I'm just going to adjust this right here. Pull that up right there. And get this guitar. And here we go. So for all of you out there, here comes Halo. And if you're liking the song, again, we got about 10, 15 minutes left. feel free to share this link with your friend. Tell them we're online playing Halo, and they can catch the end of our show. Here we go. So, shout out Queen Bee. I know you're listening.
Remember those walls are built, baby, they're tumbling down. They didn't even put up a fight, they didn't even make a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Standing in the light of your halo, I've got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened, every rule you had me breaking. It's the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. And everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. And everything I need and more, it's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. I pray it won't fade away. See your halo. Hit me like a ray of sun, burning through the darkest night. You're the only one that I want. Think I'm addicted to your light. I swore I'll never fall again, but this don't even feel like falling. Gravity can't forget. Pull me back to the ground again. It's like I've been awakened, every rule you had me breaking. It's the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. And everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. Everything I need and more, it's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. I pray it won't fade away. I can see your halo.
Feel free to sing those oohs at home, everybody.
I can see your halo, 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 halo. I can see your halo, 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 halo. I can see your halo, halo.
Now, I can't see you, but I can feel you. Let's get a sway going. You can put some oohs in the comments. You can grab the person that's next to you and give them a hug. Or you can wave at somebody who's 6 feet away from you who's also enjoying this. We're going to bring it home. Here we go.
And everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. And everything I need and more, it's written all over your face.
see your halo, 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 halo. All right. I feel you clapping. Thank you. Halo. What a song. What a song. Thank you, Beyonce and Ryan Tedder. Okay. Oh, we got to go back to this camera. All right, folks. We're about to bring on our final guest for the night. Let's check in on people at home. Let's check the comments. Oh, wonderful comments. Oh, look, Kyler's commenting. Thank you, Kyler. F. Stan, thank you so much. Phil Atfield, wonderful people. Gerhard, amazing people, all at home. Thank you so much. So we're going to bring it home. I promised myself I wasn't going to go over an hour, and look at this. I need a producer. I'm self-producing. But we're going to bring it home with our final guest. And our final guest, of course, is the person that I just talked about, whose wedding I played this song for. So we're going to tell you a little bit about Justin Broadbent, and we're going to get Justin on the line. So here we go. We're going to call up Justin. One moment, please. Calling Justin right now. Here we go. It's ringing.
Guest, of course, is the person that I...
All right, we got Justin. And
Oh.
hey, Justin, how's it going? We're going to go over to Skype cam here. One moment, please. Oh, wait. You want to start your camera there, Justin?
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay. Oh, there you are. Okay. So, everybody, please welcome Justin Broadbent. And before we get into it, I just want to tell you a little bit about Justin Broadbent. Justin has been, forget about me for a second. Let's just talk about Justin in his own right. So Justin is an amazing director, artist, poet, video director, everything under the sun. Justin has he's won a Juno Award for work he did with Metric. He's worked with Shad, Serena Ryder. He just did a Corey Hart video. He's just an unbelievable artist. And Justin, from the beginning, has been doing my album art. I remember being at this breakfast place called Eggcellent, which I don't support anymore as a vegan. But we were at this breakfast place, and Justin was sitting there, and he's like, hey, if you ever need some album art, let me know. And he ended up doing the art for actually my second album, I guess my EP called Split, and he's done everything since. He's made one of my favorite pieces of art that I've ever put out in the world for the We Are the Reckoning video, and just an amazing artist. And you know, when I was talking Justin about like, what do you want me to tell the people about you? He's like, I don't care about the awards. He's just tell them, he has this beautiful little bio. He says, Justin makes a point of carefully selecting projects that celebrate meaning of life topics, which he delivers with charm and wit. His work's inspired by the impossibility of a seed becoming a tree, thrift stores, clever lyrics, Creemore, which he loves. If you ever want to be friends with Justin, get him a Creemore, and human perseverance. He spends his time collecting junk, looking at the world as if for the first time, and adding to his collection of porcelain cat figures. I can attest to that, that adorn the mantle of his Toronto studio. So what I love about Justin really is about the way that he sees the world. We could be on a walk, or we could be looking at a photo, and he'll like be noticing something that I would never notice in a million years. Although I feel like in our 15 plus years of knowing each other, you've helped me see the world in a way that I never would have seen it before. So, ladies and gentlemen, and whatever gender, all genders, not just ladies and gentlemen, welcome Justin Broadbent.
Hello.
How are you doing? That's my question for everybody.
I'm feeling great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I know you have like a 6-month-old and a 3-year-old at home.
It's real. It's for sure real.
Everybody's still...
It's a mystery, but it's, I don't know. It's been fun. It's like, making the best of it right now.
Understandable. So, Justin, the reason I'm bringing you on, obviously you've done art for many of the things that are going to be coming out over the next months. But specifically tonight, we're talking about Paper Thin. And we're going to be, over the course of this conversation, we're going to premiere like a little 27, well, that's not officially, there's a premiere tomorrow that's happening thanks to the wonderful folks at Indie 88 that I'll tell you about. But we're going to show like a little 20-second clip of the video. Nice. And so I wanted to just kind of set that up and talk about, what was the vision for the video? Why did we make it the way that we made it? So tell me a little bit about the video.
Well, you'll see it later, but it was a super fun project. Peter basically hit me up and was like, I want to do a video for this song. I listened to it. It's an amazing song, and it's got like, I don't know, a real presence to it. So I was like, we got to do something, really intense and really beautiful. And one of the things that Peter talked a lot about when we were working on it was just, movement and like how that could translate somehow in the video. And you had talked about like running, and you had talked about dance, and I was like, do you dance? And you were like, I actually do. And I was like, oh shit, we got to explore that. So we made a dance video.
Pretty awesome. Yeah. So there's this thing called ecstatic dance that I go to, where it's just like a bunch of people in the room. Some people might refer to them as hippies, perhaps. But it's just like, it's the joy of dance without the like, hey baby, can I buy you a drink? It's just the joy of dance and the expression. And in my last call with Derek, I was talking about how I couldn't walk for a year, and it's amazing when you have something taken away, how much you appreciate it when you get it back. And so a lot of the ways that I had been processing the earlier challenges in my life had been going for runs, which I couldn't all of a sudden do for a long time. And then when I got better, I still can't quite run, but I can dance. And so I was going to these ecstatic dance nights and just like feeling my feelings through my body, which is that's kind of the whole MO for all of the music that I've made coming up. So yeah, I love that you got excited about that dance component, and we made the video that we did. So should we show the people a little bit of what we did? All right, so here's a little 20-second clip. So this is, nobody on the planet has seen this. I also say I put this at the end of this broadcast because there's a tiny % chance that because I'm playing the song that it'll get flagged for copyright, even though it's my own song, and they'll shut down the broadcast. So if that happens, we'll be right back. But I did message YouTube and tell them not to do that. So we should be in good shape. But ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Here is, you're the first people on the planet to see it, a preview of the Paper Thin video. Let's roll clip.
It's not all in my hands, but I will not be afraid of the insides that are showing through my skin. Paper thin.
Exciting. All right, little taste for people.
Okay, so I didn't get to see what it was.
Oh, that's amazing. These are the technological things that I haven't quite figured out. So I showed actually my favorite part of the video, which is like the last, that little sequence towards the end, where it's
spinning and stuff.
Yeah, all the spinning, and it's kind of the rapid fire, and the city is like reflected in my body. It's super cool. Let's see some of the comments we got over here online. Oh my gosh, there's many of them. We have, Randy. Thanks, Randy. You're also the best. Oh, Yinwi Coco. Nice to see you on here. Idris Oliver. Matt Fluter says chills. Our good friend Sarah. Lots of Lexi. Lots of beautiful comments. Terry Taylor wrote flying. That's kind of a nice thing to say.
Yeah.
So I showed them that part of the video. Justin, so I've been asking the same question before we go. I wanted to ask the same question to you. What is something that you're experiencing going through this challenging time that you feel is a new thing that you're discovering, or something that might help you in the rest of your life when you get out of this time?
Well, like you mentioned earlier, I have 2 kids at home right now, a toddler and a newborn. So my life is very full right now. It was funny listening to the producer before talk about how he's like always like, in his studio working, and I'm a lot like that too. And then right now it's the exact opposite. I'm at home every day with both my kids, and I think the thing that I've like had to sort of grasp is that you have to really take in those those moments, like the minutia, the things that seemingly don't matter. My son trying to explain to me why he likes spoilers on cars, and I'm just like, yes, of course. And we at the end of every night we'll do like a gratitude thing where he's going to bed and he just tells me the things he's thankful for, and he's like, I just really like pooing, and I was like, yes, like like it. But I think, like, I know it's funny, but it's kind of right. Like, you just have to appreciate the things that you just don't normally appreciate, or the things you would expect to, I should say.
That's beautiful. The honesty of a child. The honesty of a child. Well, thank you so much for sharing that, Justin. So before we go, are you up for doing one round of Cranium here with me?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So one round of Cranium, and then people at home, first person to put the answer up will win a personalized video. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Category is copycat. So I have to act like a famous person. I can talk like this person, but I can't say names of people or places. Okay. Ready?
I like that it's a copycat too. Like I love the cat thing. It's perfect.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay. Here we go. I'm a detective. Oh, what's this I'm discovering?
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, yes. Oh, super quick. Okay. Let's see who gets it first. Let's check the comments.
Did you go to acting school or?
I'm professional. That was clearly professional acting. All right, let's see who's got it first. We have people putting poo emojis based on. Oh, we have Emily Wigglesworth. Did you win the first one? Oh no, you didn't. Okay, we called you Emily Wigglesworth on your birthday. You have won a personal video. So to the 3 winners, please send me a DM, and you will get your personal video. Justin, thank you so much for being on. Yeah, it's been a real pleasure, and I'll probably talk to you in like 10 minutes or something. So
sounds good.
Right. Take it
Bye,
easy.
guys.
All right, cheers. All right, Justin Broadbent, an amazing man, and this is going to bring us to the end of our broadcast. So there's a few things that I want to tell you before we finish here. First of all, the video, you guys just saw a little taste of it. The entire video, I'm very, very proud to say, is going to be premiering tomorrow on Indie 88. Indie 88 is an amazing alternative radio station here in Toronto, and they really champion Canadian artists. And yeah, just an amazing, like, feel-good group of people that broadcast music for all of us to enjoy, and it's a big honor to have this video premiering on their website. So that's gonna be the first place that you can see it. And what would be really awesome is if you go to indie88.com when they're premiering it, and you can let them know how much you appreciate that they're premiering it, and post your comments. And then of course after that it'll be available everywhere. But first place you can see it is on Indie 88. It'll be, they don't have an exact time, but it'll be around noon Eastern Standard Time that'll be available tomorrow. And the song, like I said, will be available tonight at midnight. And you can also go and pre-save it right now, peterkatz.com. You can pre-save the song. And we were running an iPods contest. AirPod, you can maybe still win that. I don't want to say that 100%. Now, what else? Last kind of things. Oh yeah. Did you enjoy this broadcast? If you did, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you liked. Let me know what you didn't like. I'd love to do more of these. I certainly have the setup now, and so I'd love to do more of these, and I'd love to find out what you liked. Just kind of get feedback. That's kind of how I grow in my life, good or bad. I'd love to hear it. Also, I mentioned earlier, I've been doing these Zoom private concerts. They've been a lot of fun. So if you're interested in one of those, you can send an email to hello@peterkatz.com, and I'll connect you with the powers that be to do one of those. They've been just these beautiful nights. And like I said, before I go, I want to say some thank yous. I had Stephen McGrath is one of the people I mentioned earlier. He and I had a lunch about 4 years ago, and I said, I've been like working so hard in my career, and I feel like it's just been a struggle to like get people on board, to really get people on board. And we sort of set a vision that day to get people on board. And there's just an army of people that have been working behind the scenes to get this music set up. I know you've been seeing stuff all over socials. You're going to be hearing stuff on radio all over the place. And I just want to take a moment to give my gratitude to those people. So the first person that I want to thank, the kind of epicenter of this is my manager, Steve Zarai, and Charisse from Zed Music, just amazing people. And they've just been working tirelessly. And kind of our co-conspirator in all of this is Stephen McGrath and all the people at Massey Hall, Roy Thompson Hall. They've just been unbelievable. So shout out and love to all of them. I want to give thanks to Tyler Tassin from Endemic Marketing. She's been doing an unbelievable job. To Beth Kavanaugh from What's the Story, our publicist, David Tazowski from Canvas, to Mike Rice and the crew at Digital Artist Services, to Fontana, who's going to be distributing the music for most of the world, and then Lab Music, that's going to be doing the music for some countries in Europe, Auteur Research. Huge thanks to Speaker Spotlight, CYSB, to my friend Emmo. Her name's Emma, but I always call her Emma. She's been throughout the week logging into my private concerts so I could test all this technology. So to Emma and Mike T. Kerr, check him out, amazing musician. And also huge thanks to Ontario Creates and to Factor. They're organizations that help support artists, and they've been a big part of everything that I've done actually for most of my career. So I just want to give thanks to all those people. To anybody I forgot, I apologize. And thank you to all of you. It's been such a pleasure getting to be online with you. Thanks for all of your comments. Again, if that question that I put out to Derek, Justin, and Kyler, what has this moment been teaching you about yourself? There's this post that I put up on Facebook a couple days ago. Would love to see your comments in there to answering that question, and also hearing some of the other stories that people shared and maybe commenting on each other's stories. I feel like there's a real power of community in that, and if I can help spark that in any way, I'd love to help spark that. So head on over to the Facebook page and leave your comments, leave your stories, and connect with each other, separate from me. So thank you all for coming. Thank you. We've got a few more comments, and I'll be reading those. Thank you so much. Final comment goes to Andrew Damon. Thank you, Andrew. Love to you and your family. It's been a real pleasure. And that's it. So I have one final slide for you that I'm going to put up, which just tells you about, there, I'll show you the slide that I didn't put up. Thankfully, I didn't need to. All right. It says, we have tech issues, which we didn't end up having, thankfully. So that's it. So now it's, thank you for watching. From the bottom of my heart, it's been a real pleasure being with you, and we will see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.